Okay, an easy 19 going out. I got my buddy helping me, and we're going for a Jeep ride. What in the world is that thing? Oh my gosh. Things are changing dynamically. Oh, look at that, movie mode. That ain't gonna work. That's better. Gosh, my filming quality is heading south. All right, so Saturday, and we haven't been on video here for a while, and gosh, I tried to tune into YouTube last night and today I couldn't even open up the YouTube was down, so who knows if this will ever get up. But Sissis and I are scrambling to the post office as usual. Saturday morning is a lazier morning. Don't always get up early unless I'm going picking. Are we going picking today, Sis?
No.
No, not today. Too cold out. Too much to do. We got to get our packages in by 11:30 a.m. And Saturday I also give Banana Peeler a break, so he doesn't do anything for me. He did find some items last night so I could hit the ground running this morning. I left four or five orders, and some of them, actually I think 6 orders. Some of them had multiple items. I just couldn't get them all done. So we've been plenty busy for sure, and a lot going on. Today I'm going to talk about a couple of things, but first, Elizabeth, did you know that we have a family that watches us with a daughter that's 5 years old? Her name's Kaylee. Kaylee. And she likes it when the Crazy Picker Life intro comes on. Can you believe that?
No.
Today on The Crazy Picker Life with Wheeler, Dealer, and Banana Peeler. Welcome, fellow pickers and would-be adventurers. Crazy Dealer trying to avoid the mailman on the way to the mail office, the post office, on the Crazy Picker Life Saturday once in a while edition. Well, I guess we've got a birthday. One of our viewing families has a birthday in the house this weekend. I guess it's tomorrow, the 18th, Sunday. Mike has watched the show for a while, got contacted, and wishing Mike a happy birthday today. We're the request show now. Now we've opened the door. I guess we just don't do any more videos and we don't have to do that. Okay, just kidding. So, you know, one of the things that's been going on for a long time in our business is I have been it feels like I've been barely just keeping up with the day-to-day, and it's real easy to get caught up in the day-to-day. And it's real easy to be comfortable with the day-to-day. You actually lose ground in your business if you don't work on your business and you just do the day-to-day for a while. But how do you get out of that rut? How do you take yourself beyond all the normal things you do and plan for the future? Whew, made the deadline. Well, I feel like I haven't talked to the camera in a while here, so you're gonna have to excuse the fumbly, don't seem to know what I'm talking about thing. But anyway, so for quite a while, I've known that we needed to expand certain parts of the business, and I seem to feel like I was along the right path there when we had our commercial location. We had a pretty good sized shop there. We had things ironed out. I felt like I was on cruise control. It sort of lulled me into a false sense of security. And so when we lost the building there, lost the lease, somebody bought the building from our landlord and wanted to turn it into a thingamajobber. Still don't know what they do there, but they got a big old machine on the side of it where my garage used to be, the garage part of that thing. So we moved the business home. We went on a 6-week vacation. Had to put up with the idea of stuffing 10 pounds of business in a 3-pound sack. And we made it work. We really didn't lose any footing on our sales. We were able to juggle that, but the size limitation and just you know, a couple other factors really started to get my gears turning what we needed to do. You know, do I rent or buy another commercial location now that we're downsized to just the house? Should we sell a house and move somewhere? All these things became possible. Should we stick it out in our current house and build a building on our land? We've got a side lot that we can build our building on. You know, how are we going to fund all these things? How are we going to survive a move? How are we going to replace my wife's income? How are we going to cash flow heavy inventory? All these things can happen. We've got a tiger by the tail with an inventory source. I'll show you maybe later in the show what happened there in the last few weeks and months. I don't know how long it's been since I made a video. So lots of things going on. Well, I got a few pieces of the puzzle put in so I can remove myself on any given day from listing if I want. Now, I still have been listing probably an average of 3 or 4 items a day. I've still got some really good items. Every time I list these really good items and I list them competitively, they sell within a couple of days. Really good stuff that we got in the last few months. Sold a bunch of the printers. I still don't even have them all listed. I bought a big printer lot a few months ago and sold about half of it. So, you know, the good news is I have my money back or a little bit more. The bad news is I don't even have them all listed. So I'm removed from the day-to-day aspect of listing if I want to. Banana peeler is doing more than half the packing every day. Kate, my daughter, is doing some picture taking for me, and she's doing some cleaning of lenses and filters for Wheeler. And it looks like she's going to integrate and do some camera listing here coming up pretty soon. She's wrapping up her senior year of high school. It's pretty intensive with the homeschool that we do. And we're helping her, and she's helping herself make some decisions on possible future schoolings and or working with us part-time, full-time, and we're trying to figure that out. But anyway, I've been freed up, so I've been doing planning. We got some things on our lot here taken care of, some trees removed. Got some things sold out of the garage that came from the commercial location that we no longer have room for. We're starting to clear out the garage, and it's looking like step 1 is going to be to make the garage into more space for the business. Let's take a look. Okay, so I'm above my garage, and this is where a lot of overflow stuff has ended up. And we did a round of cleaning, I don't know, sometime this summer, a while ago, where basically this thing was almost packed full. And then I brought some other stuff like shelving up here, and some doors up here, and some tools and some camping stuff. And so this is scheduled to be insulated, some better lighting, even though we do have some electricity and lighting out here. Gonna have to probably close off some old windows that let bugs and dust and stuff in, and then obviously clean it up, insulate it, put some wallboard up, and not sure how we're going to heat and cool it yet. I've got to get somebody in here. And then I can put some shelving up here, and this is going to be finished inventory. So that's a big project that's starting now, and Banana Peeler, if he gets up here sometime, he's working on cleaning it out under the oven with Lon, my wifey. We got lots of projects going on in the house and out here, business and personal projects, night and day. I don't know what the heck is going on, but things are happening. So why would I do this? Why would I put part of my business in the garage? I'm not going to show you the first level yet. There's cars in there and packed with a bunch of stuff that needs to still be taken out of here. But we're going to turn this into an intermediate, there we go. Intermediate step. A lot of YouTube videos are polished, right? I don't try to polish everything. It's whatever comes out is what I say, and then I'll have to just stutter through it. So this is an intermediate step between building a building. I have spec'd out and got a couple quotes on putting a building that I want on my side lot. And when it comes right down to it, it could be a two-stage project, but it's like $50,000-$60,000. And I do not want to borrow on that. So I'm not quite ready to do that. It's a lot of money to extract from any business. I got to figure out a few more things on that. It's a two-step process. You can put up the shell, you can put up the concrete slab, and get that all taken care of, and then you can have a pretty nice space, but it's still not going to be heated, it's still not going to be cooled, it's still not going to be finished off. You're not going to have offices, dividers, you're not going to have necessarily electricity in a good way, you're not going to have good lighting. By the time you're done with all that, whether you do most of it yourself, even if you do most of it yourself, that's a lot of time and a good portion of money. Of course, you can't do the HVAC work yourself. You can do some of the pre-work. I haven't decided. I think what we're going to end up doing is running some ductwork along the sides to the offices that are going to be in the lower level of our garage here, and put a small furnace, small HVAC in here. I've got to get this all cleaned out, and I'm going to get it sealed off. I'll probably show some of the projects that I've got going here. This is what I'm working on. This is a big project. I want to have this done optimistically mid-summer. It'll start taking pretty good shape. I bet we won't be in here though until the end of summer. That would be pretty good. But I'm starting to gear up where I'm spending a lot of time and energy out here. I've got some things that I've already done. Today is going to be a big clean out day. I don't think we're going to get it all done, but we're going to move it in the right direction. There's just so much that you accumulate with a family of 8 when you're buying and selling, homeschooling, moving, downsizing from a commercial space down to a home space. We're kind of, I don't know if we're pack rats, but we do buy a lot of clothes and hand-me-downs, and some of that stuff got chucked up here. Most of that got thrown out or redonated. So just a lot of stuff, you know, if you can imagine. We've been in this house here for over 10 years. And boy, it's amazing. Okay, so we'll get you a look at Banana Peeler and get his take when he comes up here. I'm going to start working on this, clearing this out. We'll tune in and say hi to Wheeler for a minute. He's been doing some videos on the Wheeler channel, if you can locate that. If not, it's pretty technical. He's been doing a lot of camera listing. We got some more good items. I guess one thing I can do, I'll do it at the end of this video. I'll throw in a couple still shots of our part of the reason I got to get going here on this project is we're not keeping up with our camera stuff that we're buying. It's a long discussion, but the bottom line is I've got too good of a source for camera stuff, and I keep buying it, and we're losing ground. I'm working on that. But we went from a 10 by 10 packed full, now we have a 10 by 20 out-of-state storage unit, and it's not packed full, but it's full enough. So you gotta do what you gotta do, but Anyway, I'm gonna start working. All right, we taught Sam how to fold a box. Sam, how's that box going? We're boxing up some garbage and we're gonna remove it from the loft. I got more help coming. Oh, we got Ben Squealer working for us too. Everybody's getting in on a deal here. Woo! Careful with that one, heavy. Oh, Banana Peeler.
Yep.
Squealer, Banana Peeler, and what's your name? We're getting close. This is gonna be your new hangout, some of it.
Yeah.
Sounds great, huh?
Yeah.
Kind of cold today. What's the temperature?
23.
Yeah, no kidding, I feel it. Look at this. Just let that out. All right, winding up this project for today and winding up this video. So shelves are under there. There's a few signs that I still will sell either locally or whatever. There's a nice Coors one that's hard to ship. I forget what else is back there. Something big and round there. Oh yes, the tree tent. We took down some trees and we had a tree tent. My wife's bicycle, we're gonna have to find a safe place to hang that should she ever take up cycling. And there's the box that just came, this month's incentive. We always like to have in-house incentives if we hit some numbers. We got one of these new 400 game arcade machines. Gonna hang on to the box for a little while just to make sure the thing works. Got most of my tools and doors. I got an excess of doors. When they made houses, my house was built in 1927, 28. They had doors everywhere. My goodness, you had so many doors. Door crazy. Whoever built this house was door crazy. And then on top of that, sometime in the 70s or 80s, they rebuilt it into up and down apartments, and then they went door crazy with newer doors. And who knows? I got too many doors. I think that's a common problem for old houses. So I'm gonna have to figure out something to do with those. Looking pretty good. Obviously I need to sweep. I'm not too worried about that. We got pretty much everything cleared out. I got a few boxes of books and tapes to sort through, which are from my personal collection over the years. I'm going to see if some of those books will sell for 10 or more on Amazon, and I'll put them on there. Otherwise those are going to go. So, you know, my entrepreneurial life has been fairly interesting. I had a bunch of learning curve early on. I had a bunch of piss and vinegar in my veins or whatever. A lot of uppityness. Tried a lot of things. Got hooked up with a family business and was mentored by my mother and many things business-wise and life-wise. That helped out. I've had a lot of ups and downs in the eBay buying and selling world, made a lot of mistakes, had some success, and paid the price, right? So what's next, you know? What's next is I've kind of put a countdown to when I'm going to pull away and do my own thing and come and go as I please. And I think I've put a nice round number of 10 years on that. It doesn't mean I'm retiring. I will never retire, but I will not work as hard. I will get out and do some other projects, mess around with grandkids, kids. But as far as business goes, 10 years to teach the kids about the entrepreneurial world. And this is our test case. This is our business. This is our teaching ground, whatever you want to call it. We're going to build this garage out. We're going to build a building. We're going to run people through the business if they want to. Most of them have said that they want to. They like what Wheeler's doing. They like the idea of working for themselves as independent contractors. They like the idea of doing it part-time or full-time and pursuing some other hobbies and some things. And so we're going to let that play out. If anybody's left standing or interested in the business, or even if the world or business is around after 10 years, they can take it over. There'll be a succession plan of sorts, but really what the takeaway for them, and if any of you out there have young families, the lessons that they learn getting involved, making the mistakes, having the highs, the lows, talking to people, negotiating, boxing stuff up, doing physical work, organizing, growing a business, cleaning stuff up, learning some things on the computer, answering emails. It's all invaluable. It's all good stuff. And so it really, for us, it fits in with our whole family / homeschool / entrepreneurial Christian mindset. You know, we could have been farmers. Maybe we still will be small farmers. I don't know. I don't seem to have that in me. More like the junk man. Oh, it's funny. So I've got a lot of projects up here, a lot of day projects. This is going to be my area that I'm going to be focusing on and finishing off first. It won't ever be finished until the whole thing's finished, just because of the heating and air conditioning and the lighting. And I'm not sure how much wiring I need to redo in here. I've got to do some research and consult some people on that. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, I'm going to end this video and I'm going to show you a few shots from our adventure in the storage units a few weeks ago. I'm not worried about having so much inventory. I would love to have it all listed, but we would have such a tsunami of packing and orders being sold if we had all that listed. We wouldn't be able to handle it. I don't know how exactly we stumbled into so much good stuff. Very fortunate. I feel very fortunate and blessed as a father and husband and leader of this business and clan that we've got such an opportunity. We'll take what we get tomorrow. Let's see. Let's go say hi to Wheeler, see what he's up to. And then I'm going to show you the storage unit things on the end of this. And then we'll just wrap it up. Whatever that means, right? It's cold out here. We had 50s and 60s all week. Tomorrow's going to start with some 40s, and next week's going to be 50s again. So Pick the cold day to work outside. That's how it works. So there's, I don't know what today is. I think it's the 17th. There's our total listing for the month so far. We're keeping track. And of course we got the arcade machine on the line. And speaking of on the line, there's Wheeler.
Yeah.
What's down in this box?
I don't even know. A bunch of Mamiya random stuff, a couple lenses, prisms, film backs, everything you could possibly want.
It's thrown in a box, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
What are you working on?
Some interesting Leica self-timers, off-brand self-timers, finders, that kind of stuff.
Same old stuff, huh?
Same old stuff.
Same old good stuff. Leica's like, what, Pinto? Ford Pinto brand?
Oh yeah. I don't know. What is that one thing? The I don't know, 80s.
Yugoslavia.
Yeah, that thing, the Yugo.
Yugo, these like Yugo quality stuff. Leica.
Oh yeah.
Leica's no
Like,
good.
dollar store probably.
Yeah, so we were able to pick up the creme de la creme this time. So we've been working through that.
Pretty good. I had a bunch of good days there, and the last 3 have been a little bit slower, but all in all, steady listing.
Yeah.
Working.
Yeah. All right, only a few hours till pizza, and then we break it up for the night, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right, camera's kind of cold here, but there's a little picture of Wheeler in our 10x10. I think he's having some fun there. And if we can slide this over, give you a few shots of the 10x20 now. All these are inside units, and they're climate controlled. And one of the concerns when we move the unit is they all have sprinklers in there. So if somebody has something that starts on fire, I think the sprinklers can go off. And boy, you would end up with a bunch of wet camera stuff. So what we did is a couple of things, and I don't know how well it would ever work. And I had really good visions of what I was gonna do, but we put down 2x2s to get everything off the floor. So if there's water happening an inch deep or something like that. All right, I got background noise. All right. Living in the house, office in the house, gonna move it out of the house soon. So we put these 2x2s down, got everything off the ground. If there's an inch of water, then we won't have a problem. And let's see if we can go to the next shot here. We also had this big black tarp, and the idea was to put it over the top of everything and down the sides. So if the water came from the top with the sprinklers, it wouldn't get everything wet. Well, that would work out really great if you could actually put it down the sides and down the back. I wasn't really thinking that I couldn't just throw this tarp over there. So it worked out, but certainly not as good as we hoped. Here's a picture of us in front of the mound of stuff with the tarp on top of it. And really can't get that great a shot, but you can see that I'm pretty close to the front of the unit. And we filled that thing about 60% up, plus that front stuff, which a lot of that we ended up taking home. So we are stocked up. Oh my goodness. So lots of little projects around the house to finish up today. Got some listing, got some packing. I'm about 10 orders down, business as usual. You know, one of the things that I think I'm learning is to be more patient and do the day-to-day stuff, and when you got some free time, you just put it towards the direction, whatever your direction is. I wasn't patient for the first 50 years of my life. Now I'm super patient. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, so where does this video series goes? Nobody knows, but this was a one-of-a-kind catch-up vlog. Here it is. Enjoy it. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll be back when I can. It may not be soon. I've got lots of work to do. Pick well, list often. Thanks for watching. Dealer out.
Hey, Wheeler.
Dealer Production.